Welcome to this video about how to migrate to New Zealand easily and become a permanent resident via Afrokonnect. In this video, we will discuss the things to consider before migrating to a new country. I have carefully drafted out 7 things to consider before moving abroad for this reason. Let's take a dive in. 1. Understand the travel visa of the country where you are going to. To move abroad for over 6 months, you will need a visa to live, study, and work. So, before you make any travel plans, you should ensure that you check the destination country's immigration website to ensure that you are eligible to obtain the visa of that country, and make sure that you understand all the requirements. 2. Find out if you are eligible to work in that country. Being granted a visa doesn't mean that you have the right and are eligible to work full-time. In many countries, those who are granted student visas are given instructions on how many hours they can work. For example, in Australia, a person on student visa can only work for 40 hours every 2 weeks during the school term. 3. Have a budget. Before migrating to a new country, you should have in your possession some savings because most countries require immigrants to show proof of their savings alongside your visa application. The day-to-day living costs is much more expensive abroad, and it could take longer than anticipated before you get a job. So, it is important to have some cash put away, which will be enough for you to settle in and take care of any bills. 4. Get your accommodation ready. This should be one of the most exciting part of moving abroad because once you find a home, you will be able to enjoy a lot of things. Note, some visas such as work and student visas usually come with temporary accommodations for immigrants. 5. Explore transportation options. Once you have solved the problem of accommodation, you will have to find out how public transportation is close to your apartment. A lot of countries require you to apply for a driver's license some months after you arrive. 6. Apply for healthcare or insurance. Most countries don't grant immigrants the privilege to partake in the healthcare scheme even if it offers universal healthcare to citizens. Those who possess student and work visas are usually eligible to apply to be part of the health coverage of that country and buy insurance. It is very important to get insurance on time to ensure that you are covered beforehand. 7. Ensure that you are up to date with the latest COVID-19 travel regulations. Due to the current state of the pandemic, travel regulations change quickly, and so it is important to keep up to date on knowing what you will do before and after arrival at your destination country. Recommended. Top 10 best countries to migrate to from Nigeria with a limited budget. How to migrate to New Zealand from anywhere. Here are 6 steps which are necessary to follow before moving to New Zealand. 1. Research about New Zealand. The first thing you will need to do before migrating to New Zealand is to research about the country online. That will enable you know more about their lifestyles, culture, safety, and meet potential employers. After researching about the country, you would know if you would like to live in New Zealand or not. 2. Choose the best visa for you. Picking a visa would depend on how long you would like to stay and know whether your skills are in demand in New Zealand. 3. Finding a job. Explore job websites, contact recruiters, update your CV for it to match the New Zealand job market, gather the necessary documents to have the necessary qualifications, and apply for job opportunities. 4. Apply for your visa. Once you have the necessary documents and you have a job offer, you will have to apply and submit your visa application online. Also, in case you don't know the processes involved in applying and submitting a visa application, you can contact your employer or a registered immigration officer for help. 5. Plan your move. There is a tool which immigrants can use to prepare themselves adequately to settle down in New Zealand called NZ Ready. It is a free online tool which gives immigrants specific details on how they should take care and fend for themselves in New Zealand. 6. Settle in properly. After arrival in the country, begin your job and start settling into your new home. You can begin to explore different places in the country and have fun in the country. Here are all the visa requirements for immigrants who wants to apply for a New Zealand visa. First, visit the New Zealand Immigration Service website to begin your online visa application. You will need A valid passport with at least 3 months validity from checkout. Proof of health requirements must be provided. Proof of good character by providing a police document. Proof that you have the required funds to last you throughout your stay in the country by providing a personal bank statement, pay slip from employer, and your tax records. You will need to show proof that you will return to Nigeria or your country. This could be in form of a letter from your employer stating that you plan to return to your job. For married people, there will be a need to provide a marriage certificate. In the case that you will be traveling with your children, there will be a need to provide their birth certificates. After completing all the process, you will be notified after a few weeks or months if your visa application was accepted or rejected. What is the cost of a New Zealand visa? Different types of New Zealand visas have different fees, depending on the type of visa you will like to apply for. All things being equal, the average price of a New Zealand visa starts from $57. What are the types of New Zealand visas that we have? We have 8 types of visas to New Zealand, namely: Business visa, Student visa, Working holiday visa, Work permit, Transit visa, Permanent resident visa, Residence permit, Partner and children visa. The Immigration Act 2009 is the fundamental source of New Zealand immigration law. It sets out those who are eligible to obtain a visa and the criteria for the grant of visas. It can be found on New Zealand immigration website. This brings us to the end of this video about how to migrate to New Zealand from anywhere via Afrokonnect. Hopefully you found what you were looking for in this video. Thank you for watching. Kindly let us know what you think via the comment section and do not forget to subscribe.